There we go. And that's a project.
It looks really weird on the screen.
So we made a
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, sure. Alright, it looks kind of stretched out, but you know. Alright, cool. So, my name is Liam. I'm the leader for the Capstoners. This is
I'm Diane.
Daniel.
Jackie.
Robert. So once again, we're the Capstoners, and our project is called Onboard. So I don't know if you guys remember, it's a tool for managing applications. So for a company that's going to be hiring a lot of new people, wants to be able to very easily manage a lot of job applications, a lot of different people, and just make that whole job smoother and easier. That is what this is for. Okay. So what we're going to do is we have three main user roles for our site. There's like an HR admin, so human resources person that would actually set up the roles. There is a recruiter, which would manage different applications as they come in. And there's an applicant who can log on, create their own application, or create their own profile, and then view listings of the job positions that are open for each company and submit applications. So we're just going to do a walkthrough. We're going to set up some of this stuff and show you how it will be done. So we're going to start as an admin. So for the admin, we're going to log in, which it looks like we've already done, and we can view the company profile. Oh no, this is our company profile. And from here, we can view all of the job listings. So like you see, there's like, yeah, if you click on any of the job titles, it'll show all of the positions that are open currently. So we're going to, first up, we'll add a new job. Alright, so right now what we're doing is we're actually creating like a new job kind of title. So this is going to be, this will stay even when there aren't any positions open for this role. So in case maybe later on you're going to hire on more people, you can still easily generate a position. So right now it says there's no available positions for this job, so we can generate one. All right, so basically the idea for a specific position is kind of like you can use but like maybe like a specific time frame. So a summer internship from July to December, or maybe you can put in information about whether or not it's full time or something like that. And yeah, and then so once that's created, it will show up next to that specific job position. And so you can see for like this one, for the development intern, there's like a bunch of different openings for the different interns. And then you can also delete them. Cool, so it's gone. And I'm going to hand it off to Jackie, who's going to walk you through all the stuff for an applicant.
Alright, so we're going to register as an applicant. Basically what an applicant can do is look at the listing of jobs and apply to whichever ones they want. And then they can also view a list of all the jobs that they've applied to already. So this is the home page. You'll be able to view your profile. And it says all your information, and currently you're applying to 0 jobs. So you can go back home by clicking onboard or back. And then you can view companies, which we have 2 companies. These are the job titles, job openings. Or if you're here, you can view them if you're interested in one of them.
So this is the one that we just created?
Yeah, this one we just created. You can see the description, the title, and the time frame here, and then you can apply for it. And it'll take you to this page where you can upload a resume, which we don't support file uploads yet because it's just a prototype, but you can still submit an application. And then when you go back home, you can view your profile, and your company that you applied to should be right here. So now I'm going to pass it on to Robbie.
Okay, and our third and final role is the recruiter role. Recruiters primarily manage submitted applications. They can view them and do various things to them. So we'll just log in as a recruiter right now. And from this, we can view our dashboard, which will list pertinent information. Right here in the middle, you can see applications that we're currently managing. And as you can see, we're not yet managing Bill Gates' application. So we can go click on View Applications, and I'll take it, or we can view our company's listings too, I guess. But mainly, we can go back and view the list of applications that have not yet been associated with a recruiter, and we can assign it to ourselves so that we are now managing that application. And if we go back to our dashboard, we can see that we are now managing Bill Gates' application. So we can click on it and view Bill Gates' application profile, and we can append notes to it. So like, let's say like we felt that Bill Gates was a great applicant and we should pass him on to a very strong applicant. We should pass him on to the next round of interviews. It's fantastic. And if we go back to Bill Gates' profile, we can see that the note was added. So that's the functionality we have right now for our onboarding application tracker.
We can also, from here, we can look at, let's say, we're looking at, well, we sign up, but from there, you can also go and look at his profile. That's something that's pertinent to the application.
So
yeah, that's the functionality that we have so far. So as you can see, like there's a lot there. You can kind of get a general structure for how it would work, but there's also a lot of functionality that needs to be added. For instance, file uploads. We want to be able to add notes not only to, we started looking at setting up an email server so that recruiters, as applicants are moved from one stage of hiring to another, all of the recruiters that are associated with those applicants and applications will get emails automatically sent to them. So that needs to be set up.
So we have yet to introduce a concept of like interview stage. So like, let's say you pass the first round interview, pertinent recruiters will be notified of that, and it'll also auto send you an email saying like, congratulations, you're moving on to the next round of interviews, and then someone will contact you shortly in order to schedule that, and that can all be taken care of on the recruiter side after that.
Yeah, something that we have set up on our back end right now, but we don't have the views to support it for the demo yet, is this idea of kind of like a company workflow for a specific job position. So companies have their own customized hiring processes, and there are different stages, like maybe there's 2 interview stages, and then you go to lunch with the CEO, and as long as he thinks you're not crazy, then you're in, or something like that. So for that, there'd be 3 stages. There'd be the first interview, the second interview, and the lunch. And so we're going to create kind of structure for showing each of the applications and what stage they're currently in. Like, haven't been in the first interview, passed the first interview, or maybe they've been they decided to drop that application. That kind of stuff. Any questions?
I've seen a few companies have similar software to this, and I know LinkedIn also supports this for multiple companies. I'm a bit curious, how is this different compared to your competitors?
So that's a very good question. So you brought up two points that essentially we're kind of going at a middle ground. So LinkedIn is more for applicants, and this is geared towards companies. And the second one is that a lot of companies have their own type of hiring software. Basically, what this would be doing is companies that would normally have to write their own hiring software for managing their applicants would instead be able to outsource that to this. So they would just purchase this on a yearly rate or a monthly rate, and then they wouldn't have to write their own. And like I was saying before, the reason why they wouldn't use LinkedIn is because LinkedIn is based off of, it's more for applicants. Like, you would go on there and create your own profile and then apply to different companies. keep all your stuff centralized to there and manage your own profile, as opposed to this is more centralized towards how you manage applications after they're sent. So this is more a tool for the companies, and it's less kind of like a social media thing for the applicants.
Another thing that we'd like to implement next quarter is to be able to generate LinkedIn, Facebook, and GitHub accounts based on the applicant's email, so that we can just do all those things without having to manually look on Facebook.
Yes, go ahead.
So if I understood this, and I'm exactly use this, it's a lot of go back, do this, go back. So, and for somebody like me that gets a little bit, and I might not want to use that,
Yeah.
can you explain something about why that?
Okay, so
Can
for this.
stuff be aggregated more on one screen?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, as you can see, there are a couple of janky connections. Like the only way to get back to one page was to
Yeah.
navigate back to your dashboard, and then from the dashboard navigate out to another
Yeah.
page. So that's just something that's just kind of a sign of the fact that this is just a demo for proof of concept. When we actually have this, it'll be a lot more obvious. Like if you click submit, it'll submit whatever it is you're working on, and it'll redirect you immediately back to the page where you can resubmit another second thing. Yeah, that's something that we definitely want to have. It's just a matter of adding in all the correct links and all the correct. There's a lot of pages, and so each page needs its own separate redirect based off of whether or not you're currently logged in as an applicant or a recruiter. It'll redirect you to different pages, so we just don't have that functionality quite yet.
Questions from anyone else? Questions? So who's your mentor for this?
Pivotal Labs. So it's Ross. Yeah.
What do you think is the? So my first question when I saw your talk was, so whose problem are you solving? But I think you answered that quite nicely. That first question. That this is really the problem you're solving is for recruiters and for companies managing the workflow associated with dealing with resumes. Is that accurate? Do you think that's a?
Yeah, like you'll notice, like any like big software companies will have their own, like Microsoft. You log on, and you essentially will go through a process that's similar to this one. When you create an application, you create your own user profile, you upload your resume, and you submit applications to a job position. We want to have like a cloud service platform that'll just have that up for you. It'll be really easily customizable, and then software companies or any companies that want to have some sort of hub for managing all their applicants will have that without having to build it from scratch.
So what do you think? So it seems like you have a lot of nice kind of workflow stuff going here already. But what do you think is the sort of the most distinguishing technical innovation or technical feature, either here or planned for the next quarter?
So for right now, I'd say like the biggest thing for us that took the longest amount of time was just kind of getting comfortable with this really big application that we're slowly building out, and it's getting bigger and bigger, and you can't, like, the thing about Ruby on Rails applications is like you build them out little pieces at a time, and you'll realize afterwards, oh, I want this functionality, which means I have to go back into these 10 different views and change all of the links, or go back into the model and change the fundamental way in which one of the functions works, which means then you have to go and change all the infrastructure for everything else. So that's been like what's taking us the longest now, but I think for the this next quarter, some of the cool stuff I'm looking forward to doing that's probably going to be a little difficult is allowing for customizable workflows for companies to specify exactly what their their hiring process is going to be, and then having the application smoothly flowing from one to the other, not getting stuck in between, and then having a nice, easy to visualize, like when you go to the recruiter's profile, when the recruiter goes to his profile, being able to see all the applications he's managing. Click on one job, you can see all of the different stages and all of the applications that are in each of the stages. Kind of just managing all of these things so nothing gets lost in the process, because it's going to be a lot of things moving around, and if they jump past a certain stage, that's really not acceptable. It's not okay since recruiters might be handing things off to each other. You can't have an application moving from interview one straight to you're in. If there was a second interview that needed to be done.
I mean, I think about this question a little bit more though, in terms of like what is the hard, one thing I have seen in the past is if people want don't have sort of like, this is the heart of what I want to be able to show people we can do, that you can get caught. I'm not saying you're there now, but you can get caught in this. I'm going to add features. We're going to be hook this to email. We're going to hook this to a file. We're going to hook my email to a file. I'm going to hook files to my email. I'm going to, I'm going to integrate with Facebook. Now I'm going to integrate with LinkedIn. It's good to have some of those things. They certainly really show polish to your product, but you also really want to have sort of a heart of what you do that can be beyond that. And that's not something you can add late in the game, but you can still add it. You can still think about it and add it now. Something like, looking at how workflows work from other Trello. I'm sure you guys use this Trello for class or.
Who's pivotal?
Oh yeah, sure, okay. If that's fair. Or like trying to, really understand what it is that really is causing your potential customer's pain about their existing workflow, and something kind of innovative around that would really sort of distinct, really set you apart from a good project to a great project. I'm happy to talk more about
Yeah.
that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Any ideas?
Sure.
Yeah, we need that because none of us have ever recruited anyone before. So it gives us some perspective.
Have you guys talked to recruiters? Have you actually?
A few of
been
us have
recruited.
been through recruiting processes, but we don't see the other side of it. So you don't really talk to your recruiter. But, so how did recruiting me go? Did you like the software? So
Yeah, I think the goal of this is to make it easy for the recruiter. So sorting versus what segment are they in, or based on notes, or just sorting to easier to see like I don't know what to say, but I think what the mess is that there's so many resumes out there that they want to be able to organize it in a way that if they're looking for a certain quality, they can find it, and that would be basically the goal of things.
I think it's an awesome area, honestly, and a lot of room for innovation there. I think your challenge is you are not your users, right?
Yeah.
If you're building something that's like, okay, a game I'm going to play, and I'm going to play the game and develop the game, great. I understand what I want, but you're not recruiters, so the challenge that's associated with that is trying to figure out what would set you apart with them. And how you really, talk more about how you might